I just finished watching Foundation Season 2, Episode 2, and I have a lot to talk about it. The title of the show was already suggesting what to expect from this episode, as it is a glimpse of darkness. After watching the episode, I can confidently say that the title was more than fitting, as we truly had a glimpse into the darkness, and my god, what a darkness it was. Finally, we are getting to the juicy parts of Asimov's original story, albeit the version we are watching on TV is quite different from the books. Nevertheless, I have to admit that this episode made me excited for the future of the series. Especially the introduction of a crucial character made my heart beat faster, and I have no shame about it. So without further ado, let's get deep dive into this thrilling episode. First, I would like to talk about the situation in Trantor and get this over with. In the previous episode, we couldn't get enough of the Trantor scenes, as it showed how Brother Day has changed due to the issues in cloning and thus has now decided to get married and establish his own lineage to the throne. This episode was basically a follow-up to the same plot, which is why I felt like it seemed a bit bland in comparison to the excitement the first episode provided. That being said, it was still a pleasure to see Lee Pace making wonders with the character, as the personality of this particular Cleone is slightly, albeit crucial, different than the previous ones. During his discussion with Demerzel, it's revealed that he is way more aggressive than his previous versions. His interaction with Queen Sareth, on the other hand, suggested that he was much more vulnerable in the face of his desires. He desires this woman and has no shame about it. Also, and perhaps much more importantly, he is no longer the same as his so-called brothers, Dawn and Dusk. In fact, even the way he eats differs now, which is a major problem for the Empire, and proves today that he needs his own heirs rather than this triplet management. His relationship with the brothers is also damaged, as he made Demerzel look into their memories to see if they were responsible for the assassination attempt. Thankfully, they have no such memory, which doesn't necessarily mean they are clear, but still better than nothing. We also saw more of Queen Sareth, whose motivation and benefit from a possible marriage with Day are still mostly a mystery. And yet, she revealed that since her entire family has died and she wasn't prepared for the managerial status initially, she needs guidance on how to rule the planet of Dominion. To be honest, if this would turn out to be her only motivation getting married to Day, I will be truly disappointed. I don't think this is enough of a reason for her to pursue such a marriage, especially her daring questions regarding the cloning process and the possible assassination by recreation, as she defines it, are suggesting that she has some alternating motives about the Empire that are yet to be uncovered. Now let's move on to the more important elements of the episode. I have to admit that in the beginning, I once again got bored with the story of the three musketeers, Selden, Gale, and Salver. And this is why I'm so surprised to see how their story quickly evolved into something I didn't expect at this point in the show. Their part started with Selden lashing out at Gale for ruining the project of Second Foundation. During their interaction, we learned that the Second Foundation was a must basically as a balancing mechanism for the First Foundation. In Selden's words, power corrupts, and a foundation left unchecked becomes empire all over again. So Selden is aware of how powerful the thing he created is and what kind of potential it carries for the future. He is also aware of the fact that the second crisis is on its way and Empire is also about to find the Foundation, which is why he urges Gale to have a mind travel towards the future and see what is expecting them so that they can see their next move clearly. Before Gale's highly revealing visit to the future, though, I have to mention what's been going on with Foundation as a new society or organization or whatever you want to call it. It seems like to recruit more people, Foundation has established a brand new church based on the so-called teachings of Hari Seldon. According to this made-up church, which is called the Galactic Spirit Church, Hari Seldon is the first prophet, and he is promising a galactic paradise. I feel like the episode was quite good in showing how much influence this new religion has over people, and how it can make or break the Foundation project, depending on how it's utilized and by whom. These parts of the episode reminded me of Dune, which is yet another sci-fi series that I adore, as there was a slight touch on controversial topics, such as the relation between politics and religion, and how belief can be used to influence people for your own aims. The thing is, I'm not sure if Selden we have on the show is aware of his new status as a prophet, and what would he do when he finds out. But it's clear that this will be a topic that will be widely covered in future episodes, and I cannot wait for them. How does Gale's vision or trip to the future is linked to the religion of the Foundation, though? Well, when Gale goes to the future, she meets someone who will be very crucial in the series pretty soon. If you are familiar with the books, you already know how important the mule is in basically ruining everything Hari Seldon plans. And even though the showrunners are horrible at adapting the rules, I believe they are doing a good job in writing a brand new sci-fi story that is inspired by the books. Thus, I expect the mule to have a similar importance, if not more, in the TV show as well. The mule says two things that reveal what to expect from the future. First, the Empire falls within the next 150 years, and second, Hober Mallow will be the one who causes it. Interestingly enough, in the Foundation, when the residents were expecting the second visit from their beloved prophet Hari Seldon, A revelation happens, calling them to bring Hober Mello. Now, during the visit to the future, Gale also found out that they established the second foundation in Ignis, and more importantly, Salvor dies after 150 years. To be honest, living that long is pretty good, so I don't see what the big deal is about. But jokes aside, we started to see a bit more motherly bond between these two characters, and I like them as a pair as they are not my favorites to follow individually. As Gale said, the future is filled with despair, death, and destruction. So in the upcoming episodes, we'll watch the show gradually moving in that direction. The introduction of the Mule just speeds up the process, and we know from the leaks that the third episode will introduce Hober Mallow as well. This means that things are getting concerning not only for the Empire, but also for the First Foundation, which is about to be challenged by the forthcoming second one. How exciting! Were you also a fan of this episode as much as I am? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.